This podcast is part of the Podcast Net Worth Network. Podcasts for billionaires.
Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. Role play, I think need a new one. Hey, you, I could be your girlfriend. Hey, you, I know that you like me. Role play, you know it's not a secret. Hey, you, I wanna be your girlfriend.
Role play. You know what they say about Ryan Carrick?
He is...
The posh man's hard man.
Okay.
And the hard man's posh man.
Oh, really?
You're both.
So, like, who would... Hey, all right, I actually just want to dive into that
I said this to you before while we were having drinks with Ross McCartney.
Yeah.
Shout out
Where
Ross. We were in none of your freaking business.
Because you can't remember?
Because I
Grogan's?
can't remember.
No?
Yeah, it was probably Grogan's.
Probably Grogan's. Grogan's a great pub.
And I said you were the posh man's hard man. And I don't know if you loved it.
I don't mind it now, though.
It's grown on you?
Yeah, I actually don't mind it now. And the hard man's posh man. Yeah, maybe.
I think I was then described as the posh man's posh man. So,
yeah.
you know,
Which is
that's worse.
Worse, maybe.
I would say.
But
we had a lot of fun. We then spent like a lot of the evening trying to come up with other like things.
Mm-hmm. Like what? What did we come up with?
That's a good question.
How long ago was that now? Like, how long were we friends?
We're friends a while. We can be friends.
Quite a while.
We've been friends since at least 2022, I would say.
I would say even before that, but
I would say probably even before, but I'm just hedging my bets.
And the reason I say that is because I became familiar with you on TikTok through the Remy videos, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Boring. And really was obsessed with them. And
Remy, the non-French man's French man.
yes, okay. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. So is that what we were, that sort of stuff we were coming up with?
That's the kind of thing we were doing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of one right now. Give me someone. Give me Ross McCartney.
Ross McCartney.
The
normal man's weird man.
Normal man's weird man, yeah. The normal man's Homer's man.
Yeah.
He's the man of Homer's.
That he is. That is his thing.
It's because of the Homers. Look, it is because of the Homers.
Shout out Ross.
Shout out Ross. But I think myself and yourself. Did you reach out to me about doing a video at some stage? Did we do one with?
Yeah, we did one with Killian Sunderman.
Name drop. Yeah, we're friends with big stars.
Ever heard of him? Ever heard of that guy?
Look him up. I do remember that, and I think I still have that video on my laptop.
Oh.
It was me doing work experience as a therapist. You were a therapist.
Yes.
And Killian was being, he was being therapized.
Yes.
I was sitting there in my school uniform.
And I thought it was a good video. However, the end product had to be a little awkward because, as it turns out, we used Killian's phone, if you recall, to record. He kind of took control, became the director of the day, and he then did not record my bits.
Oh, yeah. So you had to record yours after the fact, separately when we
just
were
on my own, pretending that the two of you were there, so that we could get. So it ended up being a little bit clunkier than maybe it had to be. I thought it was a decent
but nobody noticed. All the millions that saw that.
Oh my god, that one
took off.
Killian's Millions.
Yeah,
was
Killian Dollar Baby. I think that's the name of his show.
Yeah, I think it is.
Shout out to Killian. And then I think you were a guest on my previous podcast. I already mentioned it. But we did a live show off the back of that, and we had yourself and Justine on as guests. That was great crack, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun, and I had so much fun being a guest on your previous podcast with your previous podcast host, Podge Henry, that I said, you know what, I'm gonna steal him away. I'm gonna steal Ryan away.
You did say I'm gonna steal Podge away first, and
that was my first plan. But
he was America.
He was, and he also wasn't that interested. So I was like, well,
But you knew I would be.
Yeah. Then I tried Justine next. Then,
okay,
but she has a podcast with Kevin McGahern, so that was a no-go. And then like 5 or 6 names later, Jesus. I said, who would be good for this?
That many people?
Joxy Turbo.
And that was me.
That was you.
That's me. I brought Joxy Turbo was a huge hit back in the day, right? Yeah. In 2019, I believe he debuted or premiered, and
Joxy Turbo, a 2019 man's internet man.
Internet, yeah, man.
That one isn't great.
Did you ever come across that back in the day?
Yeah,
because it was big on Twitter. That's where it made waves, and I made 3 or 4 of them, and they all did relatively well. And people have been messaging me or commenting or whatever for years, being like, "Bring Joxy back, bring Joxy back." And I just never, because I was working in a shop at the time, and it was perfect, and I had access to the canteen or the office or whatever, so it looked great. But then I got in touch this year with a friend of mine. His dad owns a shop, like a news agent or whatever. So I was like, perfect. I'll shoot Joxy's big return, and the whole world is waiting for this.
Yeah, the people were holding their breath.
They're like, their notifications are on for when Ryan drops a Joxy Turbo video, and I finally made one that was very true to the original one, without, it kind of was like a follow on. I kind of explained where Joxy was, and it had its own story and stuff. And I posted, and I was like, this is it for
Here
me.
We go.
People are gonna go crazy, and the crowd went mild. It was I was like, all right, okay, nobody gives a fuck. So
that's not true. I watched it. I liked it. I think.
Well, thank you very much.
Several people did.
Thank you. I thought it was grand, and no, look, it didn't completely flop, but I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. What I was expecting, that people were like, waiting with bated breath. But
I know exactly. I have had that exact experience. You bring something back, and you're like, here we fucking go. People are gonna lose their shit. But you know what? The internet has a short memory.
That's true. That is true.
So long as there's even one person who is delighted to see a return of a beloved character, I think it's worth doing.
No, you're dead right.
So why don't you be a little more fucking grateful for the blessings that you have, rather than...
You're right.
We spend our time thinking about the things we don't have in life and the things we wish had. How about being happy about the things that did?
I have a really awful outlook, obviously, yeah.
I hate my followers. No, I hate everyone.
I love them so much, and I really am grateful. To be honest, like when if someone comes up and says they like my videos, I find that very funny.
You love it.
I love it, and I think it's a great thing. But there's obviously something wrong with you.
You have some great followers. You have a guy who comments fucking essays.
Yeah. On, like, Jack Johnson.
Yeah. And bear in mind, like, we haven't. Let me just be clear here. We haven't spoken about this.
No.
I've just noticed this in the comment section.
Do you have your phone there? And I will find one of these comments. There's a guy called Jack who's commented on my videos since maybe last summer, when I was doing the slow motion summer sunshine videos of me making an angry face into a smiling face, and I actually made a couple of them.
Yeah, you should.
Made a couple of them for some reason. But if you go into any video,
I'm going to go into your most recent video.
Just go into the comments,
and I would say there will be 111 comments. Will one of them?
I do believe he did comment on this. I think he does comment on everyone. But basically, he writes these reviews. There it is. Yeah.
Do you want to read this?
I wouldn't mind reading it. Yeah. So he basically writes these comments, and they're almost like reviews of the video, but they're always lovely and positive. And I've really enjoyed them becoming it's
a recurring feature.
Recurring
read this one here.
Here's one of my most recent video. It's from Jack.Johnson14. A truly emotional, heart-wrenching, gut-punching role from Ryan here. Ryan trained for months with the Ireland Defence Force to get into peak physical condition for only a small moment of screen time running, which shows how far the man will push himself to give the viewer a unique experience. And the sadness at the end, you feel every single bit of unhappiness with him. He brings you close to the character and their feelings as if you were entwined. Fantastic work again, Ryan. Loving the 2026 series so far.
Incredible.
So thank you, Jack. I look forward to your comments every time I post a video.
Jack Johnson, the polite man's creep.
No, the polite man's polite man.
Polite man's polite man. Sorry, I'm just jealous, honestly, because my comments are more like, "Where's Remy?" That's my Jack Johnson. My Jack Johnson is people asking for Remy whenever I do anything that's not Remy. So
I mentioned Ross being the normal man, it's Homer or Homer's man or something. But like,
Yeah.
I get loads of comments on my video because of my association with him. I get loads of comments.
You get
on
asked about the Homers.
Oh, it's because of the Homers.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Yeah.
But I do love the Homer series, I have to say.
As do I. And I love this podcast,
which is called Roleplay.
Yeah.
All right, with me, Ryan Carrick.
And me, Simon Hennessy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's a role-playing podcast. It's
Where we
improvisational and it's a lot of crack and it's very silly. And I enjoy doing it, okay, Simon?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I felt like you were almost vamping up to a Jack Johnson style kind of paragraph about the podcast.
I'll leave it there. But look, we play roles in this. That's pretty central to the whole thing.
We play roles, and we're going to play roles in just a moment. But before we do that...
Who are we going to hear from?
We are going to hear from none other than than the sponsor of this week's episode.
Who is it?
Let's find out.
Do you like being advertised to? Do you like when things are sold to you via the television or social media or other means? Do you know what we're talking about? No?
Well, we're going to tell you what we're talking about, because this is a podcast which isn't television or the other things that was previously said, but it is a place where advertising happens. And we are doing that right now in the form of an advertisement for you, for Ryan. Take it away.
It is something very, very useful in some circumstances. And that's something that some people might be able to use on a daily basis or intermittently.
Yes. Something can't be used in a situation where you would not use that thing. If it was a situation that was not a good situation to use that something, then you wouldn't use it. But fortunately, we're advertising something that you can use in situations that are appropriate for that thing. So that's something.
We're not saying this thing is conducive to a good experience or an effective outcome in every situation, but we're saying that sometimes this might work out for the best, and it is something that you can utilize to enhance your life or do something with it.
Use a discount code if you want to get a discount of a particular amount.
A percentage,
yeah, something like that, for this thing if the discount code applies to something at the time at which you were using it.
And roleplay will be in that discount
probably,
code
yeah,
somewhere.
And being worked in.
Usually, yeah. So, thank you. And this is the tagline for this thing. Brilliant. Welcome back to Roleplay. Today we are touching on a slightly more serious topic. It is the subject of men's mental health, which is obviously something very dear to our heart and heads, I suppose. Today we're chatting to a men's mental health advocate and activist. It is Peter Griftin. Peter, thank you so much for coming on and telling us your story.
Thank you, Ryan, for having me on to talk about men's mental health. First and foremost, how are you?
Well,
how's your men's mental health?
I suppose my mental health is
your men's mental health.
Yeah, I suppose my men's mental health is okay at the moment. Yeah, same as everyone else. I suppose I have ups and downs. Certain.
As every other man, as all the other men.
Sorry,
you said same as everyone else. You mean the same as other men? Same
as other men, yeah, and women and stuff like that. So I suppose, I suppose at the moment I'm doing well. I like to, stay on top and kind of check in with myself and communicate and stuff like that. So I do understand that that's very important to your kind of your background and your what you do for a living and stuff.
Well, I don't really know about all of that, but I'm here to talk about men's mental health.
Yeah. Well, tell me how you got involved in this.
Absolutely. So my name's Peter Griftin, and I suppose I'm something of a men's entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur, okay.
Yeah,
brilliant. For men, yeah.
So basically, for a long time now, I've been trying to find ways to make a lot of money fast without putting in a lot of effort.
All right, okay.
Because I kind of think that's good for me. If I find a thing that I can talk about and get people on board, but I'm not putting in that much effort.
Yeah, okay. So
and then I make a lot of money. Does that make sense?
Okay, so one of your main goals is to make money.
That's sort of the goal. But
Gigo.
D-goal.
Oh, D-goal.
D-goal. Yeah. ABC D-goal. No, just kidding. It's A goal. No, it's D-goal. It's my top
It is
goal.
D-goal. Okay.
So
you're
I
saying,
had a few different businesses throughout the years. You might remember there was a big sort of personal trainer thing. That was a kind of a thing on the internet.
Yeah.
So I tried to get in on that. Griftness was the name of my channel.
Griftness.
Yeah, Peter Griftin is my name, so it was Griftness Fitness.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep.
Sort of works.
I suppose it kind of.
I didn't think about it too much. I don't tend to.
Well,
think
it obviously
too much.
it didn't last very long.
I just thought it was a thing that a lot of people were talking about online, and it's a thing that a lot of people were taking seriously online. But I saw an opportunity, if I was to sort of pretend to take it seriously, that people would have to take me at my word, even though I wasn't actually putting in a lot of work in it at all.
So what were you doing as? So you're saying that you were
I sort of made
it was a front, like.
Yeah, sort of. And I kind of did that for a while, but I wasn't really getting anywhere with that. Because
well, what were you doing?
I was sort of making Instagram posts and videos and saying like my 8-week program, 12-week program, 6-week program. You know, look at this person whose life I changed, and I would find pictures on the internet of like people when they were kind of fat and then when they weren't, and I would post that side by side and pretend that they were a client. So that was sort of my plan, but that kind of fell apart because people.
Well, I can see why. I can see why that because it's you're being untruthful there.
Pretty much, yeah. So people found that out. And so that was the end of that. So I went into a different field then. I got into, wellness. Sort of lifestyle.
Yeah, okay.
Grifestyle lifestyle was my page.
So Grifestyle coming from Griftin.
Yeah.
Peter Griftin.
Yeah.
That one doesn't work.
Not really. But I was sort of doing like, talking about wellness, looking after yourself, eating well. So I was posting like pictures of avocados and sort of like bathtubs. With like a nice nature background and stuff.
In a way to say this is like
I was telling people,
this is the tone of the page. This is what you can expect. You can expect avocados and bathtubs.
Yeah, and like going for a swim at 2 a.m. or something.
2 a.m.
Yeah, like get up. The earlier you get up for your swim, the better.
Well, I think people mean like before work at like 6 or whatever.
Yeah, but I saw it seemed to me that a lot of that was sort of like look how early I'm going for a swim. So I said I'll go even earlier. Go at 2 a.m. Be getting up then for your swim. And then maybe having an avocado.
And you thought that qualified as, I don't know,
lifestyle.
Sufficient for a lifestyle and wellness page.
Yeah, and get a dry robe. Stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
And wear that. And while you're having your avocado and after your swim.
What were your qualifications or credentials to be speaking on topics like fitness or wellness? Or
None
lifestyle?
really.
And you're just upfront about this now?
Yeah, well, I had an Instagram page, and in the bio I put...
Dubai, because a lot of the lads, the grifters, go over there. But
yeah, I'm thinking of going over there myself. It seems like a place where I would really thrive. Mm-hmm. But I sort of put into bio, I put in like a quote about like, your health is your wealth, some bollocks like that. And then beneath that, like wellness, guru, dry robe, avocado, like just random words.
You put this in your bio. You put dry robe, avocado.
Long bio. Bio.
And you're a bit of a bio, yeah.
So that was my sort of plan.
How did that work out for you? Like, did you get many kind of customers or
not
people?
Not really. I think.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, initially I maybe got a little bit of interest, but then I think people realised pretty quickly that there was very little substance behind. I actually didn't.
There was nothing there. Like.
I never even had an avocado, actually.
So I imagine these were stock photos as well that you were using.
Yeah. And you could sometimes even see, the way you get these stock photos and you see
like Getty images or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, the watermarks.
It said that on it. So I think people were able to sort of sniff. They sniffed out the grift on that occasion.
Sniff the grift, yeah.
Yeah, but then...
Peter sniffing.
What's it?
Peter sniffing.
Yeah, maybe.
Sniffing. Yeah.
That sort of thing.
I don't know. Look, I'll leave the funny taglines up to yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't really put that much thought into them. But then I noticed, I kept seeing this thing, men's mental health. And all this stuff about look after your men's mental health, ask your mates, something, I don't know, all that shite. And I was like, well, this looks like right up my alley.
But it's not shite. Like men's mental health is a real thing.
No, it's a real thing, and I believe there are lots of people out there who are like very genuine, and they're working very hard to combat a lot of serious issues around that, and like good for them. Yeah. But obviously, my motivation is to make money, and I just saw this as a potential avenue. So that's when I launched my page, Grift Up Your Mates. which is meant to be like a play on lift up your mates.
Yeah, but it's grift. Yeah, but like men's mental health is quite a serious topic, and it's something that affects people. A lot of men around the country.
Yeah. No, I know that. And
there's a lot of emphasis put on men here as well, and I just and I understand. You know, there's the male loneliness epidemic. That's something that's spoken about these days. And,
totally. And like, I have no problem with people who are actually trying to do something serious, and I have a lot of respect in a lot of ways for people who are doing that. But me personally, that sounds like a hell of a lot of effort. So what I'd rather do is make a sort of a very simple Instagram page and maybe steal a few posts from other people, a few quotes, captions.
So you're openly saying that you're stealing posts from other creators that are doing something similar?
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I will tell you this, I do have there is one thing I come up with under my own bat.
Yeah. Oh, you actually have something that you created yourself, yeah.
Do you know Movember?
Yeah.
Right. So I was thinking to myself, well, that's obviously kind of a men's mental health thing. Yeah. And I would, and the lads who came up with that obviously have a bit of a chokehold on November.
Yes.
So I was thinking about, well, there's 11 other months in the year.
Yeah.
So why don't I do a sort of a men's mental health thing for the other months of the year? And then I can sort of...
Well, what would you call it? What?
So I actually have ones for all the other months. January?
Yeah.
Manuary,
yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah. February? Febdudary.
Dude.
Yeah.
As in, yeah, dude. Oh, so you're just putting variations of man or what? Or
yes.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly. March, starch.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that one.
Starch, I feel, is a sort of a manly thing. Do you know?
Okay.
April, pal.
PayPal.
PayPal.
Is that how you get most of your money?
Yeah. So that works. It kind of covers two bases.
Mm-hmm.
May, hey.
How are you, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like you're checking in?
Hey, like check in with your mate. Say hey. June, dude.
June, dude.
June
Okay.
is dude.
Yeah, no, I get that.
July, dude guy.
Dude guy.
Because that's sort of two things. That's two ways to talk about.
Two lads talking to each other, I suppose. Dude guy checking in with each other. Yeah, okay.
August, Boygust.
Sorry, I let you.
You're trying to guess them as I'm saying them.
Yeah, but I'm getting them wrong because they're so ridiculous.
September.
What was August again?
Boygust.
Okay.
September is Septembro. October is Octobro. I'm hoping Movember falls apart because then I'll swoop in with Novembro, and then December is Decembro. So
it could be, September.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might do that.
So it's just
Septembro, because then you're getting two
men.
Kind of like dude guy, which is July, obviously.
What about women's mental health?
What?
Like, there's a lot of emphasis on men's mental health here.
I don't know what.
And what about women's mental health?
Okay, well, you're just making something up. That's not a thing. I'm pretty sure. I think it's men's mental health, no?
Well, men's mental health is a thing, and then women's mental health is a separate issue.
Well, I don't know. What does women mean? What does women mean?
Look, thank you to Peter Griftin for... I'm just realising your name, actually. But thank you for coming on to the show.
No problem.
And I suppose I don't really wish you much luck, but... Yeah. More power to you.
Thanks. Yeah. Men's mental health. Peter Griftin. Grift up your mates. Check it out on I don't know, wherever it ends up.
No, that's grand.
That's grand. I'll probably be on something new by the time this comes out. So, go on. Other podcasts on the Podcast Net Worth Network include Diary of a CEO named Jeff Bezos, Diary of a Lunatic named Elon Musk, and the podcast you're listening to right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Roleplay. You are in for a treat. I am incredibly excited to be sitting here next to this guest on the couch. No disrespect to any of the guests that we have had to date, but this is easily the biggest guest we've ever had. I am so excited. I'm a huge fan of this guy and of his music. I'm rambling, so I'm just going to introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Roleplay couch none other than the lead singer and frontman of Fontaine's DC. Yes, that's right. It is Grian Chatten. Grian, thank you so much for joining us.
Do.
Yep. Dude. Dude. Thank you so much for coming on. It's it's so great to have you on this podcast. We're so excited to be chatting to you today.
Yeah, man. Whoa. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Sally says she knows you.
Right. Yes. Sure. I know a lot of. My sister's name is Sally. What's Sally? What? Is in her second name? What's her second name?
Whoa. Yeah.
Is that her second
See, I'm
name?
from Scaries, man.
Okay, yeah.
From Scaries. It's
Tell us a little bit about Scaries, about your
man.
background. You know, we know your music so well, but you know, you're a pretty private guy, so we'd love to get to know the man behind the music a little more. So, Scaries, tell us about growing up there, about your childhood, what Scaries is like.
I could tell you a few scary stories.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm from Scaries. It's the only west-facing harbour on the east coast of Ireland.
Wow.
I love Ireland.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Again, you said that earlier.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I won't hit your business till it's momentary blissness.
Right. Yeah. So that's obviously a lyric.
Serendipity, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the podcast, man.
That's awesome. I am so delighted to hear that. I had no idea you were a listener.
Well, I only really found out about podcasts there recently enough myself, man. Yeah.
Right, and this is something that we were.
It's a great medium. It's it's just you and the listener, and
a guest maybe.
If it's a guest-based podcast, of course. But I've been listening to podcasts, and is your mammy Fine Gael? And is your daddy Fine Fall?
Yeah. Are you asking me that, or?
I'm asking everyone that. That's my whole thing.
Is that what the podcast is? It a political podcast, Grian? Why don't you tell us what the podcast is called?
Well, it's a good question you've asked me.
The podcast that you're going to start, by the way, I should add. That was.
Well, this is an exclusive.
This is an exclusive. Sorry, I've jumped the gun because I'm so nervous to be interviewing you.
That's all right. So just relax.
Sorry, I will.
I was hoping I'd be interviewed by Ryan.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So I've met him before, but look, I'm a fan of your work as well.
All right, but not as much of a fan as you are of Ryan's.
Yeah. Look, I just think we've met before, me and Ryan, and we chatted and we just kind of hit it off, and yeah, he's one of my boys. But look, this is okay, Liberty Bell. But I'm starting a podcast. I'm gonna call it Grian Chatten.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So basically, it started off and it was Green, spelled Green, and it would have been about, the amount of weed that I smoke. But
okay, woof.
My manager told me maybe steer clear of that. So I'm it's just me chatting.
Yeah, Grian Chatten.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, again, I'm trying to keep the energy up, Grian. I'm finding it hard because I'm actually pretty hurt by the kind of comments about Ryan, how he's one of your boys, because I thought maybe I was one of your boys. We're
boys.
Yeah, when you're boy. Again, I'm a little nervous. You're big.
It's embarrassing, man, that you said boys.
I know it is.
Are you a baby boy?
All right. Okay. Now you're becoming talkative.
Yeah.
When you can make fun of me.
Yeah.
Grian. Ryan.
My friend Sally says she knows you. Got a funny point of view. Says you got away with murder and things like that. We'll talk about in the podcast.
Right. So your songs. You're just going to sing your songs on the podcast.
Well, I'm going to chat as well. Grian Chatten.
Okay. Because you haven't been doing much chatting in this interview. Ryan isn't all he's cracked up to be. All right. He's fine. He's good, I suppose, if you're into that sort of thing. But I think maybe if you look beyond the superficial, you'll see that maybe it's the people in his orbit.
The podcast itself is called Grian Chatten, and it's a sort of play on my surname, Chatten. It is. I suppose it is destiny, really. That my surname was Chatten, and that I would eventually set up a podcast. Because,
was that destiny?
You know, my hot take is, I know a lot of people are mad for hot takes these days. I think we're all addicted to our phones.
Wow, searing insight there from Grian Chatten. We're all addicted to our phones.
And I also think that there's not enough podcasts out there.
If we're so addicted to our phones, Grian, then surely you should be spending your time away from your phone, and yet you clearly are, because that's the only place where people find Ryan, obviously.
Hey. Whoa.
Who you love.
Well, he's a good guy, you know, and we really hit it off.
He's fine. He's fine chatting. Grian Chatten.
Well, I tell you what, I can see a bit of green in the blue of your eyes today.
Just had to double check the colour of my eyes there.
Yeah. Well, I can see there's some green while we're chatting. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, Grian. So you're gonna do this podcast. Are you gonna have guests on the podcast, or is it just gonna be you? Okay. And I'm almost like scared to ask this, but who are you thinking of having on as a guest? Bear in mind that I've had you on this podcast. I'm the one who's had you here to interview you. I've done you the courtesy, the honor of having you on.
I want to get normal people on.
So like
Paul Mescal, Daisy Edgar Jones. But you know, salt of the earth, people from the Liberties.
Okay. Well, Ryan's not from the Liberties, so
yeah, but he has the soul of a man who's from the Liberties.
And the
same as myself, I'm not necessarily from the Liberties, but I feel an intrinsic attachment to that particular area of Dublin City. Fontaine's Dublin City.
Yeah. Oh, that's where
I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Fontaine's doesn't chat, because you're not the chattiest guy. Until now, sorry.
We were thinking of changing it to Fontaine's RC after Fontaine's Ryan Carrick, but you know, the other lads didn't go for it, so that's why I left Fontaine's.
You left Fontaine's?
I left the band, man. Yeah.
Wow, you're saving the juiciest gossip till right at the end. This is a hot scoop.
Do.
Yeah, do.
La la la.
La la la. And perhaps you could maybe, before we have to finish up, tell us a little more. You've left Fontaine's DC. You're going solo. Is that the plan, Grian? A solo career to go with the podcast? What's next?
In a modern world, I don't feel anything in a modern world. And in this modern world we're living in, Simon, true friends are few and far between, and Ryan would be a true friend of mine, while you would be nothing to me. So you will not be on my podcast, but Ryan will be first guest, and possibly down the line he will join me as a host on my new podcast, Grian Chatten, with Ryan Carrick.
That's all we have time for on the Roleplay podcast, where hearts are broken, heroes are met. Never meet your heroes.
Spend less time on your phones, listen to Grian Chatten,
and presumably watch Ryan Carrick's videos.
Joxy Turbo is the go.
Thank you so much to Grian Chatten for coming onto this podcast and ruining my life. Thank you guys for listening.
Well, Grian Chatten had some nice things to say about me, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. He loves you.
Yeah, not a big fan of you though, is he?
No, well, you know what? I almost would have preferred it if he didn't like me, but I just got a real sense of indifference towards me and towards almost everything except you. So
yeah, he did.
Didn't that work out great for you?
Yeah, I was happy out now with that. Now listening back to that interview that I wasn't a part of.
No, I absolutely can imagine how you, who was not in the room for that.
I'm glad he remembered me as well from that time that I've met him
at the Joe
Pub Quiz Live
in London.
Yeah, that was a real thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to my good pal Grian Chatten. But now it is time to roll a dice and
well, shout out to Peter Griftin as well.
Sorry,
no, he doesn't.
Peter Griftin, very dangerous man, actually.
Yeah, Peter Griftin, and I think we all know that the things that Peter Griftin was claiming to represent are serious things, and we support people who actually work in that field. We just don't like grifters like Peter Griftin.
Yeah. So if you're a legitimate person in those fields,
good for you.
Then actually good for you, and Godspeed.
Yeah.
But if you're someone like Peter Griftin,
if you found yourself hearing the Peter Griftin story and maybe saw a bit of yourself in that, perhaps time for a bit of soul searching.
Yeah.
And now for us, it's time for a bit of role searching.
Oh, very good.
Because this is role play.
It's role play, and this is where role play really gets its meaning. We're going to roll a dice, and we're going to play the roles in the scenario that we roll. They were sent in from you.
We picked our 6 favorites. We assign them to the numbers on a dice. We roll the dice.
And then we'll do the fucking thing. We'll play the scenario, play out the sketch.
Yes.
And we are truly at the mercy of this beautiful little dice that we have here. We do need to invest in a big novelty dice, and that's something that we'll do for February.
Yes, we will do that.
We'll do for February.
Role playery?
Yeah, okay. All right.
So,
without further ado,
let's roll.
Number 3.
3, baby. And 3 is
2 undercover guards at a festival who think they're taking painkillers, but it's actually ecstasy.
Okay. And that was sent to us by Darren Edson.
Darren Edson.
Thank you, Darren.
I love how it varies between being extremely vague and then extremely specific. So there's very tight parameters to work with there, but sometimes that's actually easier.
That's good because I think the last few we've had have been quite open-ended.
Yeah.
So this one, it sort of writes itself.
Yeah.
So why don't we dive in?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Jesus, I'm tired.
Hello, Sergeant. How are you doing?
'Tis I, Sergeant Largent in charge.
Well, it's me, Garda Noel Copon.
Garda Noel Copon.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no Copon now.
Yes, that's what I was going for when I said my name was Noel Copon.
Yeah, but and I'm Largent in charge, and I was busy earlier shutting down an illegal pigeon painting parish scheme.
That's where I know you from. I heard tell of your huge conquests and your wonderful work
face.
But
I have a lovely face.
You do have a lovely face, sir. And now tell me this:
I'll ask the questions here.
Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry, Sergeant.
As the superior guard.
You are so superior and I am inferior and so stupid.
You're inferior and you've got a fine posterior.
Do you really mean that, sir?
Well, you clearly take care of your body.
I do.
That's
well, look, if I can tell you one thing, Sergeant, it is that your body is a temple. And I tell you what, I'm looking after myself this weekend, even though we're at this festival.
Yes, You're taking care of that temple, and I'm trying to do the same. There's a lot of silly carry-on happening here at the festival that we're at, which is called Electric Dick Pick.
A great festival, but it's
one of the finest festivals.
I tell you what, though, there's a lot of people up to no good at this festival. A lot of people taking things that they shouldn't, and I know that's part and parcel of a lot of these gatherings. But it just drives me up the wall.
I'll not take things I shouldn't hear.
No, that's fine, Sergeant. I'm not telling you to do that. And I'm not asking you questions either.
No.
But I tell you what, this is good crack, but the way people are behaving, it is really making me angry. And if I was ever to take drugs, it would be the worst day of my life.
No, I can believe that for sure, Garda Noel Copon. But let me tell you, God, policing these festivals, it can be very tiring all day and all day. All night.
All day. All night. Viva la fiesta.
Yes.
Viva la noche.
Yeah, very much like that. I'll viva la fiesta here.
Sorry, Sergeant.
But I tell you, I've a pounding headache for dealing with all these jackeens.
Well, I tell you what,
festival.
This music, this boom music doesn't do you any. It would only do you harm, wouldn't it? It would only make your headaches worse.
That's probably the worst thing about it. This constant boom pow. These chickens docking my style or whatever.
They tried to copy my swagger, Sergeant. Oh. They tried to copy my swagger, and I tell you what.
And you say to them, I'll copy the swagger here.
I'll copy. Say it again. How do I say it?
You say, I'll copy the swagger here.
I'll copy the swagger here.
Yeah, that's
like
very
that.
good.
Thank
Maybe
you.
you'll be a sergeant one day with that kind of attitude.
Beat so big I'm stepping on leprechauns, shitting on yaw with the boom boom. But speaking of which, it is making my head ache.
Mine too, Garda. Tell me this now, have you any painkillers there to help us with these pounding headaches that we're dealing with?
Well, if there's one thing about me you need to know, Sergeant, it's that I always come prepared. And, people...
You'll come prepared here.
Well, I did, Sergeant, and I've brought some painkillers to help us through the day, because this should ease our headaches and make us be great guards in policing this festival and keeping everyone safe and sound, and make sure that everyone has nice, safe fun. So here you go. Take 2 of these.
I'm not even going to look at them. I'm so...
I need
to get them in my system now.
I know my name is Noel Copon, but I certainly have Copon when it comes to painkillers. So take them.
Exactly. So you take 2 as well there.
I'll take 2. I'm not going to look at them either.
Let's just pop them in.
Yeah.
Right.
That was an interesting tasting paracetamol there, but
slide down the throat in not a particularly enjoyable manner.
But I believe that it is still paracetamol, and I have no reason to believe that it isn't.
Well, I also felt that way right until you said that sentence, but the fact that you've said that now was making me a little suspicious. So why don't we just put our Gardaí minds at ease? I'll put our minds at ease here, and why don't we check the package that you got, the paracetamol package that you have, and have a look at some of the other painkillers just to confirm that it's all okay.
Well, here it is now, Sergeant. Here's the bag of... All right.
Yeah, right. So first and foremost, that's not a paracetamol box, but rather a clear, small plastic baggie.
And that looks like... Is that a Mitsubishi logo on that paracetamol
That
there?
does look like a Mitsubishi logo. And do you know what else is standing out to me, Garda Noel Copon?
What? Sergeant Largent in charge.
Generally speaking, I feel paracetamols are just a standard white. These painkillers that you've procured there are a bright neon yellow.
And that's not right.
I don't think so.
Well, that's starting to raise alarms for me now, because I do believe I confiscated a bag of tricks off the lads earlier on over in the campsite in Jimmy Hendrix, which is in keeping with the name of the
Electric Dick Pic Festival.
Yes. And I confiscated these because I believe that they were unsafe, and I put them into a pocket, and I have taken the paracetamols out of the wrong pocket, and I've subsequently ingested the tablets that we confiscated from the men.
You know what, Garda Noel Copon?
Yes, Sergeant Largent in charge.
That's unfortunately starting to make a lot of sense, because I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel a sort of a strange sensation, almost in an upward motion, as if I'm sort of arriving, or perhaps you might even say coming up.
In a way, yes.
In a sort of a manner of a way.
Well, don't worry.
I'll come up here.
Well, look, Sergeant Largent in charge, I'm going to be honest with you. I've had 5 paracetamols today.
Okay.
Thinking that they were paracetamol, so I've been yipped all day, I'm going to be honest with you. I probably should have been more careful after the first couple.
Yeah.
But
5. Jesus.
5 is a lot.
That is a lot. How are you? Well, let me tell you something. I know I should be very angry with you, Garda Noel Copon, but I'm starting to feel fucking great.
Well, look, Sergeant Largent in charge, ride the wave, because it's good crack, and it's in moderation. Sure, it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 isn't moderation though.
Sure, it's all relative, isn't it, Sergeant Largent in charge? And sure, look, this boom boom music is starting to sound quite enticing to me.
Tickle my fancy. I've got a weird compulsion, one that I've never really had before, that rather than, turning my nose up at that, I want to go and sort of hear that music and also look at a few kind of bright lasers and sort of dance around.
Well, Sergeant Largent in charge, I love you, and you are my best friend. You've always been my best friend. And
I love you here.
Well, I love you here too, Sergeant.
Yeah, and I'll allow that for once.
And I'll never stop loving you. And you have been the best boss, and I always want to work with you, and I only want to be your boy.
And you are definitely, oh God, I feel great. My favourite of the sort of more junior Gardaí in the precinct.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go up to the barrier now and I'm going to fucking give it socks now.
So will I, but first, I'm fierce thirsty. I'd love a bit of water.
Okay.
If we have any.
Well, let's go over here and get some water. And now I'm starting to feel not great now.
Yeah, that's probably the 3 previous plus the other 2 kicking in.
I have been on it for hours. I did not sleep last night. I'm going to be honest with you. I have been on it since yesterday evening.
I'm starting to think that this was all a bit intentional by you, Garda Noel Cop on.
I didn't want to do it on my own anymore.
Okay, well, you're certainly not on your own now, but I think perhaps we need to get you to the medical tent and then we need to get me to a sort of a dance tent where I can take off most of my clothes and have a great time. God, I'm great.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel shite now. So, look, thank you.
I love you.
I don't love you anymore. I've gone off that now. Okay.
Is my jaw normal?
Your eyes are scaring me, Sergeant.
I'll scare you with my eyes here.
Well, that was 2 guards at a festival on drugs.
Getting yipped at the festival.
And that's definitely happened before.
I genuinely think it probably has happened before.
No, honestly, I would say.
I hope, if I say Father Noel Copon, I hope Garda Noel Copon survived. I hope he was okay.
Yeah, he was fine. Look, he's probably feeling it this morning, but sure.
A few sore heads in his tent.
I'm looking forward to festival season, man.
Oh, yeah.
To run into loads of guards who've taken drugs.
And we've got all that to look forward to. But in the meantime, I hope we get a few more suggestions for sketches and roles from you guys. Please send them to us on Instagram at The Roleplay Pod or via email, theroleplaypod@gmail.com.
You've been Simon.
I've been Simon, Peter Griftin, and Sergeant Largent in charge.
And on the other hand, I have been Ryan, I have been Grian Chatten, and I've also been Garda Noel Copon.
And you guys have been amazing. We love you so much. Have a great flippin' week.
Peace and love.
Rock
Stay
on.
off your phones.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you listen to this. Bye.